Hello viewers, so in this video we are going to look at biology paper 1 revision on different questions. So the question is saying the curve shows the distribution of a human characteristic. So we have on the y-axis the number of people, then on the x-axis we are having human characteristic. So the question is saying which characteristic is shown by the curve. So A is saying blood group. So as for blood group, it is an example of discontinuous variation. Then as for height, it is continuous variation. Then as for C, it is discontinuous variation. Then as for D, it is discontinuous variation. So the answer here is going to be what? B, which is the height. Then the next one is saying, what is the result of a diet lacking iron? So we have A, bleeding gums. So this one is caused when a person is lacking vitamin C, which is scurvy. Then poor wound healing. This one is caused by the lack of vitamin K. Then as for reduced number of red blood cells, yes, this one is the correct answer, which is C. Then the last one, weak bones and teeth. That one is calcium and vitamin D. So the answer is what? C, which is reduced number of red blood cells. Then the next one is saying the lack of which component of a balanced diet will lead to the development of scurvy. So scurvy causes what? Bleeding, gum bleeding, and it is caused by lack of vitamin C. So we have A, calcium, B, iron, C, vitamin C, which is the correct answer. Then the last one is vitamin D. So vitamin D works in strengthening the bones. Then as for iron, in the manufacturing of red blood cells. Then as for calcium, also strengthening the bones. Then the next one is saying which feature is the duodenum? Which feature is the duodenum? So A, it is the stomach. B, the large intestine. Then D, the esophagus or gullet. And then C, it is the duodenum. So the correct answer here is what? C. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So the next one is saying the diagram shows the human alimentary canal. In which structure is most glucose absorbed into the blood? So nutrients are absorbed in the small intestine, which is part C. Then as for part D is the large intestine, where the absorption of water takes place. Then as for B is the pancreas, which produces pancreatic juice. Then as for A, it is the gullet or esophagus, where peristalsis occurs. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So the next one is saying which process occurs both in plants and in animals? So we have A, which is excretion. Yes, excretion occurs in both plants and animals. Then B, phagocytosis. Then as for C, photosynthesis. Then D, transpiration. Okay, so these phagocytosis occurs in humans or in animals. Then as for photosynthesis occurs in plants. Then transpiration also occurs in plants. So the correct answer here is what? A, which is excretion. So the next one is saying the diagram shows a close section of a leaf. Which tissue is immediately below the upper epidermis? So we have cuticle, then guard cells, palisade mesophyll, then the last one is D, spongy mesophyll. So the correct answer here is going to be C, which is palisade mesophyll. Okay, so the next one is saying the diagram shows the female reproductive system. Where does implantation normally occur? So it occurs in the walls of the uterus, which is C. So the correct answer is going to be what? C. Okay. Then as for D, it is the vagina. Then as for A, it is the ovary, which produces what? The eggs or the ovum. Then as for B, It is the fallopian tube or oviduct where the process of fertilization normally occurs. So the next one is saying the diagram shows a section, the cross section of a kidney. So we have part P, which is called the ureter. The ureter. Then part Q, it is called the medulla. Then part R, it is called the cortex. So the correct answer here is going to be B. Okay. So the next one is saying during the pupil reflex in bright light, what describes the actions of the muscles in the iris? So the iris, it has two muscles, the circular muscles and also the radial muscles. Now in bright light, we are going to find that the circular muscles are going to contract, then the radial muscles are going to relax. So the correct answer here is going to be what? A. Then as for the next one is saying, which distribution of oxygen will cause the shoot tip to grow towards the light? So auxins, they are just plant hormones which causes or which enables plants to grow. So now auxins are denatured by excess heat or temperature. So which means the arrow here is indicating what? The direction of light. Then the auxins, they are represented by what? Like the zeros, okay. So on this part here, since I'm saying auxins are denatured by light, which means they are going to move to the illuminated what? Place or part, which is the darkest part. So once they move to the darkest part, they are going to cause the elongation to that part. As the result, the shoot is going to bend toward the what? The light. So the correct answer here is going to be what? D. Because if you choose C, auxins are going to be denatured. Even as for B, B is going to cause the shoot to glow vertically. Then as for A, the auxins are going to be denatured. They are going to be what? Denatured. And they are going to cause the shoot to glow vertically. So the correct answer here is going to be what? D. So the next one is saying which term is used to describe an organism that produces its own organic nutrients. So we have carnivores. So as for carnivore, a carnivore is just an organism that feeds on animals. An animal feeds on what? Animal. So this is, for example, you can talk of the lion. Yeah, the lion is falling under carnivore, and so on. Then as for B, we have decomposers. So as for decomposers, they decompose what? Dead organic matter, for example, a rhizopus and a bacteria. Then as for C, which is herbivore. So an herbivore, it is just an animal that feeds on plants, like a goat and also cattle. Then the last one, producers. Producers or producer. Most of the producers or always producers are what? Plants. So plants, they make their organic what? Nutrients. So the answer is going to be what? D. So that question is coming from enzymes, and it is saying, which diagram of an enzyme, active site and substrate is correct? So an enzyme, it has a what? An active site, which is this part here. So let me just point at the correct answer here. So the correct answer here is going to be what? C. So the substrate, it is just any substance which binds on the active site of an enzyme, which is what? C. So the space on an enzyme is called what? The active site. Then the other part is called what? The allosteric site. So that was the last one. Thanks for watching.